Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for the second game of the doubleheader between the Post 22 Hardhats and Post 15 Sioux Falls West. Hardhats came away with a 13-2 victory in Game 1. That one was ended into 6 innings, so we have lineups here for Post 22. We'll go through 1 through 9. Leading off is the third baseman, number 10, Aiden Roberts. Batting second in center field is number 19, Lars Kiefer. Batting third, playing first, is number 18, Wyatt Reeder. Batting fourth as a designated hitter, number 27, Kane McLeod. Batting fifth at left field, number 22, Jace Morgan. Batting sixth in right field, number 23, Carter Johnson. Batting seventh, playing second base, number 11, Jackson Reeder. Batting eighth at catcher, number 21, Josh Elder. And batting ninth at shortstop, number 12, Dawson Inhofer. And the starting pitcher for the Post 22 Hardhats is number 17, Declan Mickley. For Sioux Falls West here, from 1 to 9. Leading off is shortstop, number 20, Boston Bryant. Batting second at right field is number 25, Jackson Nordstrom. Batting third, playing center field, number 7, Beckett Whitlock. Batting fourth at catcher, number 34, Ian Stokes. Batting fifth at designated hitter, number 40, Mason Payne. Batting sixth in left field is number 23, Chris Logue. Batting seventh, playing first base, number 24, Noah Mans. Batting eighth, playing third base is number 9, Noah McFarland. Batting ninth, playing second base is number 2, Kyler Boyd. And the starting pitcher for Sioux Falls West here in Game 2 is number 15, Hugh Barnes. So the Hardhats, we get set here for Game 2. Aiden Roberts, the leadoff hitter, and he did not get a base hit in the last game. He had 2 hit by pitches, 2 flyouts, and a sacrifice fly. So Roberts getting set on in here. Barnes making his first appearance here on the mound. We saw 2 pitchers in for Sioux Falls West. It was Chris Logue, the starter, who's in left field here in Game 2. So this first pitch, this one's going to get down low in the dirt. It's going to bounce right back up and goes past Stokes, the catcher, for the first pitch of the game, being for ball 1. So Logue, who's now in left field, who started Game 1, and then Boston Bryant, who came in relief in Game 1. So this next pitch here is down the middle for strike 1 here onto Aiden Roberts. So let's this one go through. So a 1-1 count. Barnes, this next pitch, this one is up high for ball 2. And Roberts being patient here and waiting for one that he can take on here. Lars Kiefer on deck. 2-1 pitch. This one is up and away, top right corner for ball 3 here for Aiden Roberts. 3-1. Barnes gives a nod here to Stokes, the catcher. Delivers the pitch. This one is back and behind Roberts for ball 4. So it's going to be a leadoff walk here to start this second game of the doubleheader. Aiden Roberts, who wasn't walked once in the first game, that is his 31st walk of the year. And Kiefer had a big game in the first game. Kiefer had 2 RBI doubles, and he had an RBI single. So he had 3 RBIs to finish the game, 2 doubles and a single, and he also had a hit by pitch and a ground out. So the Roberts on first, who has speed, leads the team in stolen bases. First pitch here to Kiefer, this one on that outside corner. This one is in for ball 1. 1-0 startup. Aiden Roberts, who tied the career high in Hardhats history with 106 stolen bases in Post 22 Hardhats career. So congratulations, Aiden. And Kiefer, this next pitch here, a high pop-up. This is to the third baseman, and he is under it and makes the catch. That is Noah McFarland making his first appearance here in these doubleheaders, and he makes the catch. So Kiefer retires on the pop-up to the third baseman. Now here comes Wyatt Reeder. He also had a big game in the first game of the doubleheader. He had 3 singles, an RBI, and a sac bunt. So he gets settled on in with Roberts still on first following his leadoff walk in this inning. And now here Barnes, he's going to go that direction on the pickoff attempt. Mans on first, who went to go tag over there to Roberts, just not in time. Mans, who is the new first baseman for Sioux Falls West there, as in the last game it was Caden Voss who was the first baseman. So Barnes here, the pitch. This one is up and away. First pitch here on this at-bat for Reeder for ball 1. 1-0 count for the lefty hitting first baseman. You usually see him playing second base, but with Dexter Steen being injured, the Hardhats have moved Reeder there. Roberts taking off to second. The throw is not going to be on target. So Aiden Roberts is now officially the Hardhats all-time stolen base leader. And that last pitch was in there for a strike. So 1-1 count, 107 stolen bases for Aiden Roberts. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out here for Wyatt Reeder. Barnes on the mound gives the nod, looks back over to Roberts on second. Righty to lefty matchup. Reeder doesn't take the swing here. That one was up and high for ball 2. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count here with 1 away. And the infield on third base, Noah McFarland at shortstop, Boston Bryant at second, Kyler Boyd at first, Noah Mans. That's the infield for Sioux Falls West here in this game 2 of the doubleheader. Barnes with this next pitch. Reeder, hard hit ball, clips the cleat there of Barnes. This one a ground out to the second baseman, and he makes a great play there, and that's going to be the second out here in the inning. That's also going to move Aiden Roberts across over to third. So 2 away. So Reeder, that one just kind of hopping up of the mound. Also got a piece of the cleat there from Barnes. Here comes the DH in the cleanup spot is Kane McLeod. And the first pitch, this one comes outside. He did not play in game 1 of the doubleheader. For him this season, a .303 batting average, .382 on-base percentage, slugging at a .406, and he just had 50 hits on the season. Next pitch, this one coming up high again for ball 2. So with a 2-0 count, Roberts on third. Got the leadoff walk on first, stole second, and then advance on that ground out from Reeder. And this third pitch here is up and high for ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs in this first inning. Barnes with the nod here. Pitch is delivered. This one is going to be in for a strike, so McLeod will take it here on a 3-0 count. 99% of the time you will see that. Barnes with the step, the windup, pitch comes inside, swung on and missed for strike 2. So it started 3-0 here for McLeod. Now it was the last 2 strikes, one looking on the strike, and the last one swinging. Here comes the 3-2. Barnes the pitch. McLeod, a soft ground ball picked up here by the shortstop. And this one thrown across to Mans, makes the catch for the third out here in the first inning. So post 22, they don't get a run there on the board early like they did in the last game. As this infield making 2 ground out plays there. It was the leadoff walk to Aiden Roberts, and then the pop-up from Kiefer, the ground out to second base from Wyatt Reeder, and then Kane McLeod here, the ground out to the shortstop in Boston Bryant. So no hits in that. Aiden Roberts, one of the key prime runners for the Hardhats, who was on third base to end that inning. So here is the 3. We'll go here through the defense first for post 22. In left field, number 22, Jace Morgan. In center field, number 19, Lars Kiefer. And in right field, number 23, Carter Tater Johnson. From third to first, at third is Aiden Roberts. At shortstop is number 12, Dawson Inhofer. At second base is number 11, Jackson Reeder. At first base is number 18, Wyatt Reeder. Behind home plate today is number 21, Josh Elder. And on the mound is the lefty throwing machine, number 17, Declan Mickley. And then 3 due-up batters here for Sioux Falls West. The first up is going to be number 20, Boston Bryant, followed by number 25, Jackson Nordstrom, and number 7, Beckett Whitlock. So for Declan Mickley this season, 38 innings pitched, a 5-1 record, 45 strikeouts to 14 batters walked. He has a 1.105 ERA and a 1.079 whip for Declan Mickley. He threw 1 game there in the Gopher Classic and didn't put a lot of miles on his arm. So Josh Elder also making his first appearance here in this weekend, as Brody Thompson, who was the catcher in game 1, Elder, who was DHing, and then now the DH in this game is Kane McLeod. So Mickley, who will get some warm-up throws in here. And for Boston Bryant in the last game, he had a leadoff single, and then he followed with a hit by pitch and a fly out into center field. And then Bryant, who was also moved, started the game at the shortstop position and came into relief for the left fielder in today's game, Chris Logue, who was starting in game 1, into pitch, and he went from 3 all the way to 6 innings. So Hardhats come in the middle to salute Declan Mickley here and click the Hardhats.
Leading off the bottom of the first,
So Elder here giving one last quick chit chat with Mickley on the mound. Elder returns back behind the plate. Bryant will be the leadoff hitter for West here in the first inning. The lefty hitter. A lefty versus lefty matchup. Mickley with the hands up high here for his windup. And the first pitch thrown by him here in this 4-game series in the next 2 days is going to be in for a strike. That one was going a little bit more outside, but in the strike zone for an 0-1 start. And Mickley also kicking up some dust there on the mound. Back to the hands up high method here on the 0-1 count. Mickley, the lefty, gets his call. Here comes the pitch. This one is swung on. A foul ball hits the netting and drops right back down. And then Mickley, who came back from Tommy John surgery, made his appearance against Casper, and ever since then he has been hot all year long. 45 strikeouts, and the Tommy John surgery happened on his throwing arm to the left arm of his. This next pitch is going to come outside, and this one for ball one. So a 1-2 count here for Declan Mickley, who will be going into his senior season next year. Going into his senior year for school. 1-2 count here after that last pitch was just a little outside for ball one. Mickley's 1-2. This one down low and outside as well for ball two, as Josh Elder trying to frame that just a little bit more inside to be called for a strike here. Boston Bryant takes a step outside the box. He re-enters. Leading off the shortstop. On deck is Jackson Nordstrom, the right fielder. Mickley the 2-2 for the lefty pitch. This one is going to be in for strike three. Catches him looking, and that's going to be the first out here, and that's the 46th strikeout of the season for Declan Mickley. Catches him looking.
Right fielder, number 25, Jackson Nordstrom.
So Jackson Nordstrom, the right fielder, who comes another lefty hitting batter. He had a walk, an RBI single, and a strikeout in his last game. So a good way to start off here for Mickley early in this game for him. First pitch here just on the second batter in the right fielder. Lefty delivers, swung on and missed for strike one here. So Mickley has the start here to face off against two lefty batters. So it's a good matchup for him. And then on deck is Beckett Whitlock, the center fielder. So the 0-1 after the swing and a miss. Here comes Mickley's second pitch. This one is hit. It's a ground ball picked up by Jackson Reeder. Throws it to his brother Wyatt Reeder. Makes the catch there for the ground out. And that's the second out here in the bottom of the first. 2 away.
2 down. Now batting center fielder, number 7, Beckett Whitlock.
So the brother connection comes in key there between the Reeder bros. And here comes Beckett Whitlock, the center fielder. In the last game, had a fielder's choice and then a pop fly to left field and a fly out as well. Both happened to be caught by Jace Morgan. So with 2 away, Mickley's first pitch here. This one is going to be right down the middle for a strike one there. As Whitlock decides he's going to hold back on that one, as he's going to let Mickley throw a few pitches here, and then he'll see what he wants to take after that. Pick and choose. 0-1 count. Mickley, glove at the head level. Here comes his next pitch. This one is up, is a little drop to it, but just high of the strike zone. So an even 1-1 count here for Beckett Whitlock, just the third batter here with 2 away in the bottom of the first. Hardhats went through their 4 hitters. Sioux Falls West has gone with 2 outs here to the first 2 batters. Mickley takes a step here off the mound. He's going to readjust. May have not liked something that he felt there. Ball and a strike with 2 outs. Mickley, the lefty, with the step off the mound. Pitch comes, swung on, a foul ball, hits the netting and drops right back down. So 1-2 count. Mickley throws some heat onto that one. He's been also gaining a lot of heat since that surgery. You lose that when there's an injury happening to your elbow, and he has got a lot of that back. But 1-2 count with 2 away. Declan Mickley, the pitch, swung on. This is a pop fly into left field. Robertson, Morgan both giving chase. Morgan, a sliding catch, makes the catch, and that will be the third out here in the inning. And that will do it for the first. Both teams, we didn't see this happen in the first game of the doubleheader. There is 0-0 entering the second. Jace Morgan makes another play like that this year. He had one in Minnesota, made a diving play like that, and gets that amazing catch there for the third and final out of the inning.
Nice play left by Morgan. For plus 15 in the bottom of the first.
So both teams here are still hitless through 1 innings of play. And then after making that key catch there to end the inning, Jace Morgan will have the honors of leading off, followed by Carter Johnson and then Jackson Reeder. And then in that first inning for Post 22, it was Roberts who had that leadoff walk and then got that stolen base to get number 46 on the season. And then Kiefer, who popped up to the third baseman, and Noah McFarland. And then Reeder and McLeod both having ground outs to the shortstop and second baseman. So for Hugh Barnes, the righty, getting warmed up here on the mound for Sioux Falls West. And then Jace Morgan in the last game for the Hardhats. He had a little bit of a rough start. He had a walk, a pop-up to the shortstop in Boston Bryant, and then he had finished the game with 2 RBIs and 2 singles and had 2 walks as well. It took him a while to find that base hit, but then when he got it, he couldn't stop hitting for it. So the final warm-up pitch here, and then the second inning is underway here in Sioux Falls. And the weather being a little cool right now in the high 60s with 7% wind, and the Hardhats who play in a lot of hot weather in Minnesota. So it's nice to come back to South Dakota and have this regular weather here. Barnes the first pitch here to start the inning. As Morgan gets contact with it, this could be a foul ball up and over past Sioux Falls' dugout, not a play for a foul ball. So Morgan a lefty. We saw one game in Minnesota, it was Reeder, Steen, and Morgan, all 3 lefty hitters, back to back to back. Next pitch here to Morgan, he's going to watch this one go through. That's down the middle for strike 2. So 2 pitches in with 2 strikes, 1 a foul ball, and 1 just watching him look there. Barnes waiting the call here from Stokes. He gets it. The 0-2 pitch comes. This one down low into the dirt for ball 1. Morgan, good vision there to not take that one. So Barnes getting settled on in here, a right-handed pitcher. The 1-2. This one is swung on and missed for strike 3. So that's the first strikeout of the game for Barnes, and catches Morgan swinging there. So that's 1 away here in the second inning for Post 22. Here comes Tater Johnson, the right fielder for the Hardhats. He had 2 walks in that last game, a pop-up, a strikeout, and a flyout. He kind of was all over the place in that previous game, taking those 2 walks. So trying to get his first base hit here of this series. And this first pitch here by Barnes, this one just going a little outside and sneaking past the catcher and Stokes for ball 1. So the 1-0 start. Barnes takes the step back. Here comes the pitch. And this one is going to be outside, very close to being in for a strike, but it's going to be taken for ball 2. So a 2-0 start. Just the second batter here in the inning in Carter Johnson. 2-0 pitch. This one high and tight. Johnson turned out of the way just a little bit late there. He didn't get hit. Almost got hit. And that was for ball 3. And then both pitchers, and McCoy Rippentrop and Chris Logue, they added for 6 combined hit by pitches in the last game. 3-0 pitch. This one is going to be in for a strike here. We saw this happen in the last inning. It was a 3-0 start to one of the batters. I can't remember off the top of my head who it was, and then went to 3-2 and then got the out. Here comes the next pitch. This one is going to be a foul ball by Johnson. So 3-2 count. We're just right back to the full count like we were in the last inning, with 1 away following the Jace Morgan strikeout. And for Morgan this year, that was the 19th time that he has struck out. 3-2 pitch. Barnes delivers. This one is going to catch him looking. So back-to-back strikeouts here for Hugh Barnes. And that puts 2 away here in the second inning. 1 swinging and 1 looking. And now here comes Jackson Reeder playing second base. Him in the last game, he had 3 RBIs with a single. We had 2 singles, a walk, and a fly out to right field. First pitch he sees. This one comes right in front of his shoelaces. Inside close to him for ball 1 for the lefty hitter. 1-0 start. Barnes 2 strikeouts here in this inning to the first 2 hitters. This is going to be a foul ball in that first base line. It was really riding that line all the way until it reached the first base. And then it took that bounce there as it was Noah Manns on first, who was watching it all the way through. So it's going to be a 1-1 count following that foul ball from Jackson Reeder. Hugh Barnes back here to the pitch board. Gets set, 1-1 pitch. This one outside of the top left corner. Reader takes it for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Reader steps right back into the box here. Josh Elder is on deck if they get to him. Here comes the next pitch, and Reader gets a good hard hit ball. This one into the right center gap. It's going to drop, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder and Beckett Whitlock, and that's going to be it for the top of the second inning. Hardhats go 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts for Hugh Barnes there in the inning, his first 2 of the game. One to Jace Morgan, one to Carter Johnson. The fly out from Jackson Reader to the center fielder, caught by Beckett Whitlock. So we go to the bottom of the second. Declan Mickley, who threw 1 strikeout, looking there in that first inning. And that happened to be the leadoff man in Boston Bryant. And then there was the Nordstrom ground out to that brother connection from Jackson to Wyatt Reader. And then it was Beckett Whitlock, the pop foul fly that was caught by Jace Morgan. Made that nice diving catch to get that away for the first inning. So the first 3 hitters due up for Sioux Falls West are going to be the catcher, number 34, Ian Stokes. And then batting second is going to be the designated hitter, number 40, Mason Payne. And then the left fielder, number 23, Chris Logue. So Mickley here will get some warm-up pitches with his catcher for this game, and Josh Elder, as he will be the leadoff man in the start of the 3rd inning. So the Hardhats, who have been traveling a lot this season, just came back from Minnesota on Tuesday. Were home yesterday and then right back on I-90 headed to Sioux Falls for today and tomorrow, playing West today and East tomorrow at times of 11 and 1. So Mickley getting set up here. And his last pitch, and we get set for the bottom of the second. Ian Stokes, the catcher.
Beginning on the bottom of the second, close to Team West. Catcher, number 34, Ian Stokes.
He had 2 walks and a hit by pitch in his last game for the catcher. So Mickley getting settled on in here after in that first inning. West went 1-2-3, and in the top of the second, Hardhats also went 1-2-3. So his first pitch here to start off the second inning will come to the catcher in Stokes. This is just going to come a little low and a little bit of an underhand scoop from Josh Elder. That one was down and close into the dirt for ball 1. Mickley with his windup and his routine. The 1-0 pitch from his left arm comes right down the middle in for strike 1. So 1-1 count here. Declan Mickley settles on in, waiting for Elder to give him here the next pitch call. Stokes, the catcher, a right-handed batter. He faced off against 2 lefties on the first 2 hitters, and this is going to be a foul ball as it got a piece of him. It's righty and fair. Now it just hooked right to go for a foul. Home plate umpire called it early there as it went off the ground and then back up and hit Stokes as he's taking a little bit of some time here to walk this one off. I'm sure that didn't feel great. So a 1-2 count for him. It's a lead off in this second inning for West. The 1-2. Mickley. Pitch comes. Swung on. Got a piece of it there on the foul ball. Back and hits the netting. We saw this happen in the last game too. Josh Elder, who was at bat, he was not giving up. He had a lot of foul balls. It was at 3-2 for a majority of that at bat. And he was fighting and fighting to keep on going. So the 1-2 count, Mickley's pitch. This one is up and high. Ball 2 taken. So a 2-2 count. Still in a scoreless game and still a hitless game as well for both teams. And we get to see our first left-handed pitcher. It's going to be Mickley, but we'll see who will get the first hit. Will it be Sioux Falls or Rapid City? Next pitch comes. This can be swung on. This is a fly ball into center field. Kiefer is backpedaling like a cornerback, makes the catch for the first out here in the inning on the fly out, and that's 1 away.
Now designated hitter, number 40, Mason Payne.
So here comes Mason Payne, the DH. He only had one at bat in the last game, and he struck out, giving one of 6 to McCoy Rippentrop. So a tall right-handed batter here playing DH, following the leadoff hitter on the flyout, which was caught by Kiefer. Mickley, here the windup pitch comes. This one is up and high. Eller on a quick pull down, trying to get that one called for a strike. It won't budge. So the 1-0 start. Mickley hands up high. And has his call, has his pitch ready. He delivers. This one is going to be in for a strike. Put down the middle. So 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out here. He wants to set him even. Mickley's next pitch. This is swung on a missed for strike 2. So a 1-2 count here. Just the second batter in the second inning for West. On deck is their left fielder in Chris Logue. Ball and 2 strikes. Mickley, a lefty here, hands one over. This is going to be swung, a high pop-up as Raider giving chase, but this one is going to be up and out of play over the Hardhats dugout and out of the park. So 1-2 count. Mickley, who will get a new ball here to use. Brings it back in closer to him. The 1-2. Pitch comes. This dropper swung on and missed for strike 3. So Mickley will get his second strikeout of the game.
Now batting left fielder, number 23, Chris Logue.
So Payne will go 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. And now here comes Chris Logue. He did not have an at-bat in the last game as he was the pitcher through 2 innings. He pitched a little bit there in the third before getting pulled for Boston Bryant, the shortstop. First pitch here from Mickley, another lefty batter he will face off against. It's going to be in the strike zone for a strike 1. So an 0-1 start here. Mickley looks down. Eller is ready. Here comes this next pitch. This one above the strike zone for ball 1. So a 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. After the Stokes leadoff fly out to center field and then the Payne strikeouts. Mickley, it's his setup. Pitch comes. The drop up high again for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Started off the first one. A little bit of a curve to it. A slider. It was outside into the strike zone. The 2-1 here. Mickley's pitch on that top left corner. Up high enough to be counted for ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike. There's been no walks allowed today by either pitcher. And now Mickley. Here with the 3-1 inside. That's going to be ball 4. So that'll be the first walk here of the game. That's just the 15th walk allowed on the year for Declan Mickley.
Number 24, Noah Mans.
So here comes Noah Mans, the first baseman. He had 1 at-bat in the last game as well. He was walked. That was in the last inning with Rippentrop. So Mickley, with the benefit of being a left-handed pitcher, they'll look straight ahead over on first. Here comes the first pitch. This one is going to be up high for ball 1 here onto the first baseman and Mans. And Declan Mickley, who has one of the lower batters walked this year for the amount of innings that he has played, as Jane Moreno with 61 strikeouts and 21 batters walked. Second pitch here by Mickley. This one was up and away for ball 2. So a 2-0 count. Mickley will get his feet where he wants them, puts that left foot back, and the Hardhats had to shave the beards after they lose. If they win, they can keep them. If they lose, they have to shave them. That is the team rule. So this next pitch here, the third of this at-bat, is going to be in for a strike on a 2-1. Declan Mickley, who is growing a good one, but playoff beards will be in effect for all players. So 2-1 with 2 away. Runner on first. Next pitch, swung on a miss there by Mans for strike 2. So a 2-2 count. Declan Mickley looks down the middle. Elder gives him a call with the runner on first there in Logue. Mickley's pitch, swung on a miss for strike 3. So he finished now in 2 innings with 3 strikeouts total, and we are headed into the 3rd inning. We are still hitless and still scoreless. Who is going to be the first one to crack, to break the ice here in this game? And then we'll see Hugh Barnes. He threw 2 strikeouts back in the last inning. The 3 batters due up here for post 22 are going to be Josh Elder, Dawson Inhofer, and Aiden Roberts. So they go to these 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the lineup for post 22. After that last inning, it was a leadoff strikeout following Johnson striking out 2, and then Jackson Reeder, who had the flyout, which was caught by the center fielder and Beckett Whitlock. So we saw our first walk allowed of the day. That was to Chris Logue. That was just only the 15th walk allowed on the year for Declan Mickley. With his 3 strikeouts today, he has 48 on the season, 48 Ks. Backwards and forwards, swinging and missing. He has 1 looking and 2 swinging today for Mickley.
Leading off the top of the 3rd for post 22, the catcher, number 21, Josh Elder.
So here comes Josh Elder. In the last game as the DH for post 22. He had 2 walks, a strikeout, and a flyout into center field. So waiting here for the first pitch. Here it comes to Elder. Takes a low inside swing. It's going to be swung on a foul ball out towards the right side. It was right on that first base line for an 0-1 count. So he steps back in for a lefty hitting. Both catchers for the Hardhats. Brody Thompson bats with the right, and then Josh Elder bats left. Here comes the next pitch he sees. Swung on a miss for an 0-2 count now. After the first one, he foul ball, hard hit into the right field side, and this next one he swings and misses. So leadoff hitter here. Start off the 3rd inning. Here comes the pitch, swung on. This is a high fly ball into center field. This one is to Whitlock. He is under it, makes the catch there, and that's the first out here in the inning. So we are still hitless here in this game. And now here comes Dawson Inhofer, the shortstop, just the 9th batter in the lineup. Inhofer in the last game, he had a triple, a single, a hit by pitch, and a flyout. So the Hardhats here already going through most of their batters here once through 3 innings. It wasn't the case in the last game. Here comes a bunt. This is played down. McFarland to pick up the 3rd baseman, and that's going to be a bunt single for for Dawson Inhofer. That is the first hit of the game.
Brings up 3rd baseman number 10, Aiden Roberts.
So the first walk of the game was Barnes, who threw a leadoff walk to Roberts. I didn't see that one earlier. He had a walk and a stolen base on his first at-bat. So he steps on in here, ready to go. And Hofer on first, and the 3rd baseman there, and Noah McFarland, who went to go down to pick up that bunt, and he missed on the first attempt. And they're going to try to go the direction there of Inhofer on first. Mans makes the catch. And McFarland playing in where that grass is until it meets the dirt. All grass field here. First pitch here to Roberts. This one is going to be on that top right corner, in for strike 1. 0-1 with 1 away. Barnes gives the nod here to Stokes, the catcher. A look behind his shoulder to Inhofer on first. Righty delivers. This one was up and away outside. Stokes, who had an opportunity to throw it over to first, but he decides he was just going to hold off there, so a 1-1 count. Barnes shakes off the first pitch. He's going to nod here on the second. Roberts a big impact on this team as Inhofer taking off to second. This one down in the dirt for ball 2, and Inhofer on to second. So he gets it SB. And that's his that's his 13th of the year. Now it was down into the dirt. Stokes, who had a little bit of a trouble time finding it and picking it up cleanly. So 2-1. We have a change here for Sioux Falls as this one is hit high up into center field. This one is going to be caught by Whitlock and Inhofer, who did not tag up from second. He had a little bit of a step there, but he will not. So that's going to be a fly out from Aiden Roberts into center field. And then Lars Kiefer here is up. So there's a change. The catcher, Stokes, is now number 5. And Jack Hilly. So here comes Kiefer. He had to pop up to the third baseman. First pitch he sees, he's going to pump this one up and over the netting. And on top here to the roof for an 0-1 count. 0-1, not 1-0. And Inhofer still on second there after he hit the first hit of the game on the bunt single. And now Barnes gets this call. Inhofer on second, rocking back and forth to his left and right. Pitch comes outside. This one for ball 1. Inhofer stays in his spot. So an even ball and a strike for Lars Kiefer, making his second at-bat of the game. Barnes looks down the middle, gives his catcher the nod, and Hilly. 1-1 pitch, up and high. This one for ball 2. Kiefer holds back on that one. No batting gloves for him. Most of the hard hat players wearing batting gloves. Lars Kiefer decides not to wear some. 2-1 count here. Hugh Barnes on the mound. 2 strikeouts in the last inning. Here comes the pitch. This is swung on by Kiefer. This one into left field. Under it makes the catch there is the left fielder and Chris Lowe. So that's the third out here in the top of the third inning. Still scoreless. We saw our first hit of the game, and that was the bunt single from Dawson Inhofer. And now for Sioux Falls West here. Their 3 next batters up are also going to be their 8, 9, and 1 hitters. They'll be Noah McFarland, the third baseman, first up, followed by the second baseman, Kyler Boyd. And then back to the top of the order, Boston Bryant. So that is the 3 batters due up for Sioux Falls. Mickley, a total of 3 strikeouts in this game, 1 in the first inning and 2 in the second. So he has just kind of been moving along here in this game. So the Hardhats have gone through all their 9 hitters, as Sioux Falls West will as well here at the end of this third inning. And at this point in the last game, the Hardhats, this game would have been 6-2. Going into the third inning where they scored 4 runs to make it 9-2, and then with that 11-2 final score. Taking on Sioux Falls East tomorrow. Sioux Falls East is currently playing post 320 just to the field across from us, as those games will be at 11 a.m. Central Time and 1 Central Time, 1:30. So that are all Central Time. Those games will be here on Hardhats TV. They'll be played here at the same field, the one that the Hardhats are playing on right now.
On the bottom of the third, third baseman, number 9, Noah McFarland.
So here comes Noah McFarland. He did not make an appearance in the last game. as he is the third baseman today. He made that pop-up catch that Kiefer had on his first at-bat of the game. Makeley here, his first pitch in the third inning for the lefty, delivers. This one was going to be inside near the shins. That one for ball one. So 1-0 to start off the bottom of the third. Makeley again, the hands up high. It's his call. Here comes his pitch. This one is going to be in down low to the bottom left side for ball two. And Sioux Falls West also making that trip up to Minnesota to play in the Gopher Classic. A lot of teams from South Dakota today. We saw Brandon Valley, Renner, both Sioux Falls teams, and a few others in Brookings. Next pitch, this one inside for ball three. 3 pitches in here to start the third inning for Makeley. This is McFarland, the third baseman. 3 balls and no strikes. Makeley, who walked his first batter in the last inning with Logue. Makeley, the 3-0 pitch comes. This one is going to be in for a strike. This one was on that inside corner, the left side there of Josh Elder. So the 3-1 count here. Makeley, hands here at the head level. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So it was again a 3-0 start, and then now a 3-2 count here for Noah McFarland, the third baseman. He comes back into the batter's box. This is a leadoff hitter. This next pitch could be a big one here. Makeley settles on in. Here comes his pitch. This one is swung on and missed for strike 3, and that's his 4th strikeout of the game and his first here in the inning. He keeps the streak alive. So that's 1 away here in the inning.
Second baseman, number 2, Kyler Boyd.
Now this pulls in Kyler Boyd, the second baseman. And Boyd in the last game having a single hit by pitch and a strikeout. So Makeley here for striking out the leadoff hitter. His first pitch here to the second batter. This is a high pop-up into center field. Kiefer chasing after it, makes the catch for a quick second out there. First pitch in there for Kyler Boyd. And that is 2 away.
Number 20, Boston Bryant.
So back to the top of the order here for Sioux Falls. Boston Bryant, the shortstop, who struck out in his first at-bat. After the strikeout and flyout from McFarland and Boyd. Makeley here, the first pitch on his next batter. And this one is going to travel outside for ball 1. And then Bryant, that lefty hitting batter too. We'll see Nordstrom as well, 2 lefties. So the 1-0, that one which was taken outside. Makeley, the next pitch comes. The lefty delivers. Swan, this is a ground ball. Picked up here by Dawson Inhofer. The throw to first. Pulling right a little bit off the base, but he made the stretch. Keeping his right leg on the base, and he gets the third out here, and that will do it for the third inning. Still scoreless, Post 22. They had a game this year that was in the Firecracker against the Skyhawks. They went 0-0 all the way until the 8th inning, and they had that 1-0 loss, but Dawson Bryant there, a ground out to Dawson Inhofer. Bryant had some speed there running to first. Inhofer put that one on a rope a little bit towards the outside there of Reeder, but he makes that catch. He holds on and then does the splits while at it. Maybe watching some clips of me playing hockey as a goalie making some split saves. Maybe wants to take after me. So we get ready here for the bottom or top of the 4th. And it's going to be Wyatt Reeder who will do the duties to lead off here in the 4th, followed by Kane McLeod and Jace Morgan. In the last inning, McFarland the leadoff strikeout, and then Boyd the fly out to center field, and then Bryant there the ground out. Inhofer had the first hit in the last inning on the bunt single, and then Elder who had the fly out to center field, as well as Roberts, and then Kiefer who had the fly out to left field, and that's how the last inning went. So here, still going to be Hugh Barnes here on the mound for Sioux Falls. And Reeder on his last at-bat had a ground out to the second baseman. This one kind of ramped up on for that mound, also hit the cleat of Barnes and right back to their second baseman. And Boyd, he made the throw over to Mans on first to get Reeder out on the ground out. That was also when Aiden Roberts on base moved him over to third. But they still did not bring him in to score. First pitch here in the 4th inning. This one is going to come in down low. This one gets a little piece of the ground and also moves on over there from Hilly. So the 1-0 start for Hardhats first baseman Wyatt Reeder. Back on in, Barnes getting settled on the mound, the righty. Gives a nod here to Hilly, the catcher, takes the turn. Here comes his pitch. This one is outside. Reeder a good eye there for ball 2. And the Hardhats, who usually get out early in the first couple of innings, but they have played a lot of games here in the last few days. Maybe that soreness and fatigueness and tiredness is just all catching up. And this next pitch was up and high to the left side for ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes to leadoff man here in the 4th inning in Wyatt Reeder. And Barnes the pitch. This one is down the middle for strike 1 there. We've seen a lot of these today. Mickley and Barnes both doing it. It was a 3-0 start, and they both go to 3-2, and then eventually either striking out the batter or having them get out some way or somehow. 3-1 pitch. This one is outside, ball 4, and Wyatt Reeder will take on over to first base. That's the second walk that Hugh Barnes has allowed here today. Here comes the DH and K. McLeod. He had a ground out to the shortstop. He was the last play in the 1st inning, and that was the play made by Boston Bryant. The whip of a throw over to first to Mans. So with the leadoff man now on first and Reeder, here comes K. McLeod. Barnes, and again there McFarland playing in close there to third base in the grass. Here comes the first pitch. This one high and up to the right side for ball 1 as Reeder scurrying quickly back over to first base, trying to see if Hilly was going to attempt to make that throw there. So the 1-0 start. Reeder, who started on 3-0, then went 3-1, and then took ball 4 for the walk. Barnes here with the pitch to McLeod. This one is going to be just a little outside for ball 2. And K. McLeod, who was also showing there for a little bunt. We saw Wyatt Reeder have a sacrifice bunt in the last game. We'll see if K. McLeod has the same idea of doing that here in game 2 of this doubleheader. 2 balls, no strikes. He was the pitch. McLeod wanted to place that one again, but this one is up high and away. No reason to go for a bunt for ball 3. So both Reeder and McLeod starting off on a 3-0 count here in this inning. Barnes the ball here behind his back, waiting for Hilly to give him a call what he wants. Reeder with his lead off of first. And they're going to try to pick off Reeder. The throw to Mans makes the catch. Reeder sliding in safe, getting a little dirty, wiping the white pants. So the home plate umpire is going to have a talk here with manager Kelvin Torvey there on the third base line. Just a short, quick chat as they discuss some things. So the 3-0 count here. Reeder on first following that pickoff attempt that Hugh Barnes threw across over, trying to get Reeder out. Here comes the pitch to K. McLeod. This one is up and tight near the face for ball 4. So that's a 4-pitch walk there. Back-to-back walks as well to Reeder and K. McLeod here. And we're going to see a mound visit for Sioux Falls here. First one of the game for both teams. And then it'll be Jace Morgan who will be up next, who struck out on his first at-bat. So they will just talk to the infielders here as they will kick some dirt here on the mound as well. And need to flatten out. All pitchers do it a little bit differently. So the first 2 batters here in this inning, and Wyatt Reeder and K. McLeod on first and second due to walks. And that was just the 3rd walk that Hugh Barnes has allowed today. So here comes Morgan, the left fielder. He's made a spectacular catch in left field today. 0 for 1 today on a strikeout. Him and Johnson 0 for 1 with strikeouts. Barnes, who threw both of those back in the 2nd inning. So with Mans, the first baseman, now playing inside here with a lefty batter. Maybe Morgan wanted to place this bat. We saw McLeod do that on the last AB. He's going to place this ball on the third base line, but it's going to be picked up, but it's going to be for a foul ball. Just hooked enough left there on the third base line. Well, Mans playing deeper down there for the first base there. Morgan placed that one on the third base line to McFarland. So 0-1 here following the foul bunt. Barnes here looks back to Reeder on second. He's got McLeod behind him on first with nobody on the back. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be placed on a bunt. This one is going to stay fair. It's scooped up. McFarland the throw. It's not going to be in time. So that's a bunt single for Jace Morgan. That's going to put the bases loaded for the first time here in this Game 2 of the doubleheader.
Single for Morgan. Brings up right fielder number 23, Carter Johnson.
So Inhofer and Morgan both having these bunt singles today. Here is Carter Johnson. He struck out on his first at-bat. So with runners on all three here with no outs in the top of the fourth inning, this score could potentially be broken. Here comes the first pitch he sees. Takes a hard swing. This is a high ball into left field. And this is going to be caught. Here comes Reeder tagging from third. The throw is in. The catch is made, but no tag. So a sacrifice fly from Johnson brings Wyatt Reeder into score. And now it's 1-0 here for the Hardhats. So Reeder will get the first run of the game.
Second player out here for Johnson brings up second baseman, number 11, Jackson Reeder.
So that was the first out here in the inning. Runners on 2 and 3 now. McLeod on third, Morgan on first. Here is Jackson Reeder. He had a fly out into center field. There's been a lot of things here in this game going well for the Hardhats, especially here in this inning. 2 hits, Morgan and Inhofer doing both. Here comes the first pitch that Reeder will see. This one was coming in close to him. He's going to let this one go for ball 1. A ball and no strikes with 1 away, following the sacrifice fly from Tater Johnson, which pulls in an RBI for him. 1-0 is the count. Here's the pitch. Reeder takes the swing. This one is into left field again. It's going to be caught. And here comes McLeod tagging from third. The throw is in, almost over the head, but it's going to be caught again. And in to be scored. So 2-0, another sac fly there. And that one from Jackson Reeder. So now it's 2-0 here for the post-22 Hardhats. So Kane McLeod, who adds for his 35th run of the season. So now here is Josh Eller, the catcher. He had a fly out into center field. We haven't seen a lot of ground outs today. We've seen a few here in this game. We only saw about 1 or 2 in the last. And now here is Hugh Barnes on the mound looking back to second. Here comes the first pitch. This one outside of Josh Eller for ball 1. So a 1-0 start. 2 away, 2 sac flies from Johnson and Reeder are the only 2 outs here in the fourth. 1-0 pitch waiting here from Barnes to Josh Elder. Here comes the pitch. Elder takes a swing, high pop-up. This one heading towards the dugout for Sioux Falls. This is going to go out of play. So it's going to be a foul ball here for Josh Elder. 1-1 count. He has made a lot of those here in both games today. We'll see him in the field playing catcher in Game 2 as he was the DH in Game 1 with Brody Thompson. Both of them, they usually split time every game and every series. Usually Eller gets the first game, Thompson getting the second. But in the last game, or tournament in Minnesota, Brody Thompson got the majority of the games. And Elder was kind of doing the same, playing the first game at DH. Next pitch he sees, hard hit ball. This one into right field. This one is in foul territory, but it's going to be caught here by Nordstrom. He makes the 3rd out here in the inning, and that does it for the top of the 4th. But post-22 getting the score broken here in this 4th inning. They get 2 runs on the board. It was the sacrifice fly from Carter Johnson, which brought in Wyatt Reeder from third with bases loaded. And then it was another sacrifice fly and another play made by a Reeder, which brought in Kane McLeod into score, and then Elder there making the fly to right field. So post-22, with only 2 hits today, Jace Morgan and Dawson Inhofer with each of them having a bunt single. And now Mickley back to the mound here. Has a strikeout in at least each inning that he has played. 1 in each of the first and third inning, 2 in the second. We saw this pattern kind of happen as well in the last game for McCoy Rippentrop. He was 2-1-2-1. And we can maybe see 1-2-1-2 here from Declan Mickley. And then the batters due up here for Sioux Falls West. The leadoff hitter is going to be Jackson Nordstrom, followed by Beckett Whitlock, and the catcher in Jack Hilly. Hilly, who came in for Ian Stokes, the catcher. Stokes, who made one at bat, he had a fly out into center field. He also played in the first game for Sioux Falls, and it could be a bit difficult playing catcher in back-to-back games. Your knees get tired, and you're wearing all that heavy equipment. It has cooled off a little bit. Hasn't been a hot day, and it's been rainy a lot in South Dakota and Rapid City. We could always use rain. It's just been an odd weather summer. So Declan Mickley here, the final warm-up pitch in the bottom of the fourth inning will be underway. This game has already gone by pretty fast. Only 56 minutes in, and we're already to the bottom of the fourth, almost about halfway through this game. So here comes Nordstrom. He had a ground out to Jackson Reeder on his first at-bat. Mickley, the first pitch here in the bottom of the fourth, comes from his left hand, and this is going to be in on that top left corner. It's going to be in for a strike. So the 0-1 start. Find some more grip here on the throwing hand, the left hand of his. 0-1 count. Here comes the windup. Pitch comes into Nordstrom, drops into the strike zone just in time for strike two. So 2 pitches in, 2 strikes to the right fielder in Jackson Nordstrom. Batting second in the lineup for West. Mickley steps off the mound. Pitch comes, swung on a miss. And it's going to be dropped, but Eller finds it right behind him. Throws it over to first, makes the catch there. And that will be the first out here in the inning.
Now batting center fielder, number 7, Beckett Whitlock.
So here comes Whitlock, the center fielder. He had that hit that Jace Morgan made that incredible catch, sliding into foul territory on the left side on that third base line. So with 1 away, just 3 pitches in to Nordstrom. He handles business there. Mickley, the first pitch here to the second batter in this inning. This one is going to be coming up just a little high. That's the first ball that he has thrown here in this inning. The last one on that third ball drop strike, sitting right under Josh Elder. Popped right back up, found it under himself, and threw it over to first to Reeder to get the out. And this next pitch outside, ball 2. A quick snap at the wrist there from Elder, making the catch. 2 balls, no strikes. With 1 away. Mickley, hands up high. Takes a step back. Pitch comes in, up and high again, ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes with 1 out. We've only seen 1 walk allowed in this game for Declan Mickley. That was his 15th walk allowed of the year. But we've also seen this 3-0 count, and then it's gone to 3-1, 3-2. This next pitch is in for a strike on that up high top left corner for strike 1. So the first take there for Whitlock. On deck is Jack Hilly. Mickley back to a settled position. 3-1 pitch comes. This one outside. That's going to be ball 4. So the second walk allowed of the day for Declan Mickley. Just the second batter faced here in the inning to Whitlock. And now here comes Jack Hilly, now playing catcher for Sioux Falls.
Now batting catcher number 5, Jack Hilly.
Hilly in last game played left field. He had a strikeout, a walk, and a single. So with 1 away and a runner on first, Sioux Falls still trying to find their first hit at this ball game as well. Mickley's first pitch here. This one is going to come up and away. Eller a quick pop-up from his knees to make that catch. 1-0 Reeder not going to take a step there off the base, having that right foot ready if there is going to be a Mickley pickoff attempt to try to get Whitlock off of first. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. This one is going to be in for a strike, so an even 1-1 count. He's going to settle this one through. After we saw Nordstrom on the leadoff strikeout. Mickley standing straight, looks ahead over to first base. The lefty hands one over, up and high again. Ball 2. Elder popped up quickly, making the catch and hawking down to the runner on first. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And the man on deck is going to be Mason Payne, the DH. 2-1. Here it comes Mickley. This one up to that top right corner for ball 3. This is just the first at-bat of the game for Jack Hilly, who is now playing catcher for Sioux Falls West. Light's starting to come on here a little bit now in Sioux Falls. It's almost sun time here. 8:33 is the time here. Hardhats should be used to Central Time now after spending the past 5 days in Minnesota, getting used to that weather and time there. 3 balls, 1 strike. Haley back in the box here, following Eller just having a quick chat with Mickley, just the two of them. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. This one is up and high for ball 4. So back-to-back walks allow there from Declan Mickley, and we're going to see our first mound visit of the game here for Coach Kindred in post 22. So we've seen 1 mound visit for Sioux Falls in this game, and now this is the first one here for post 22. So they'll discuss things over. Try to calm down Mickley here after just walking the first 2 batters with 1 away, and the next batter here is going to be Mason Payne, the DH. He struck out on his first at-bat of the game. So Coach Kindred is now done talking to the players here, as they're all going to tell Mickley to do a good job here. And he's been really good here in this game. Total of 5 strikeouts. He's allowed no hits and no runs. He has walked 3 batters, both him and Hugh Barnes walking 3 total. So making his second at-bat of the game is Payne, the DH. The 5th hitter in the lineup for post 15 West. The first pitch here that he will see is going to take a piece of it. This one is a foul ball up and over the netting and out of play. So an 0-1 start. Mickley will get a new fresh ball here with some more grip here that he can use with. Always nice to get a little bit more control of that ball where you can depict on where you want to put it. Look back to the runner on second. Mickley, the 0-1 pitch comes. Swan on. This is going to be in a left field. Morgan giving chase. This is going to land deep back, hitting the wall. Here comes 1 runner rounding third. Payne's going to run into second. That's going to be an RBI double, and now Sioux Falls West will get their first run here of the game. That puts runners on 2 and 3, just the second pitch that he saw. So this game is now just cut back to half. It's 2-1. So that is their first base hit of the game. And Whitlock coming in to score for the run. So here comes Chris Logue, who was the first walk allowed on the game from Declan Mickley. All the infielders here for the Hardhats playing in tight here. Could be a possible bunt here with only 1 out. Here comes Mickley's first pitch. This is going to be in for a strike with an 0-1 start off. With Hilly on third and Payne on second. Mickley takes that step there a little closer here to home plate. Standing still, feet closer together here on the mound. Lefty hands one over. This pitch is up and away for ball 1. First pitch he offered was in for a strike. Second pitch for a ball. Logue took a step outside the box. He re-enters here for a lefty hitter. Mickley can have some fun here with a lefty versus lefty matchup. All infielders still playing in tight from first all the way to third. 1-1 pitch comes. This is going to be in for a strike. So strike 2. 1-2. 1-2 count here for Declan Mickley on this bat here for Chris Logue. Gets his call, looks back to second where Payne is. Here comes the pitch. This is swung on. This is going to be a foul ball. Stays alive on the 1-2 count. Mickley just trying to give him something a little close to the inside that he might swing at. could be the trick here
Come on, Chris.
to get something rolling here, to get the second out. Hardhats trying to find that second out here in this bottom of the fourth. This is the inning where both teams have scored. That's what happened in the last inning or last game as well. First two innings, both teams scored, and this next pitch coming up high and away for ball two. So 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 away, and they got 2 runners very close to each other on third and second. Mickley, another stare down the middle. Elder gives him a sign. 2-2 pitch. This one comes, swung, it's popped up. This one into center field. Kiefer running back, makes the catch, and the runner will tag up here from third. So it's going to be a sacrifice fly, and we are back in a tie game here. It's 2-2. Kiefer, who made that long run to get that ball.
Brings up first baseman, number 24, Noah Mans.
So Haley comes in to score. So here comes Noah Mans, the first baseman. He had a strikeout on his first at-bat of the game. So with 2 away here to the sac fly, Kiefer making that catch, and the throw was on in. And then Haley running in to put this now to a 2-2 game. Mickley, the first pitch here, and it's just going to be inside, in for a strike. So an 0-1 start off here. First pitch that he gives off for Mans, strike 1. Mickley will like to add here for another one in this inning to continue for his pitching pattern in the strikeouts. 0-1 pitch comes, this one high on that top right corner for ball 1. So an even 1-1 strikeout. Mickley gets his call, looks back to Payne on second. Here comes the pitch, this one on the outside for ball 2. So we see some warm-up action in the bullpen for post 22 happening. I believe it is Skylar Montgomery who is getting his arm warmed up a little bit. So 2 balls and 1 strike here for Declan Mickley on the mound to the first baseman and Noah Mans. He gives him the 2-1. This one is in for a strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes for 2 outs. Mickley waiting the next call here from Elder. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. This is for strike 2. So now a 3-2 count, as the last pitch was for ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Runner on second, 2 away in the bottom of the fourth, and a 2-2 game. In the second game of the doubleheader between Sioux Falls West. Game 2 of 4 in a total of 2 days. Here comes Mickley's pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3. So that's his 6th strikeout of the game. He keeps his pattern going with the 1-2-1-2. So we go into the 5th inning in a 2-2 tie game. This is one good ball game to watch here, folks. So we'll take one short break here, our first break on Hardhats TV, and we'll be back to start off the 5th inning. And leading off for Post 22 is going to be Dawson Inhofer, followed by Aiden Roberts and Lars Kiefer. All right, ready to start the 5th inning. Inhofer had the bunt single, which was the first hit of the game. This happened back in the 3rd inning. Both teams scoring 2 runs in the last inning to make this a 2-2 game heading into the 5th. And it still will be Hugh Barnes here on the mound. First pitch here to Inhofer. This one's going to come outside, gets away from the catcher and Hilly, and that'll be for ball one. So the 1-0 start. Aiden Roberts on deck, who goes and gets that foul ball out of the way so they can resume play. 1-0 count. Bars takes the step. Inhofer, a hard hit ball. Left field just goes foul in that third base line. For the 1-1 as Payne, who had that hit for the RBI double, which was the first hit for Sioux Falls, that was hit right over the head of Jace Morgan into left field, going all the way back there towards that left field wall near that foul pole. So the 1-1 count. Here comes Barnes' pitch. Swung on a miss for strike two here for Inhofer. For the first batter here in this inning for Post 22. Looks down the middle here. Hilly will give him the call as the catcher. Turns in twist. This one is inside. Inhofer moving back just a tidbit. Didn't want to get a little piece of that one.
2-2.
So here a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. This one is in down low. Good eye there from Dawson Inhofer. That's for ball three. So full count to start off the fifth inning. Both Barnes and Mickley have only allowed 3 walks here in this inning. Here comes the 3-2 in. Swan, foul ball. Inhofer stays alive on the 3-2 count. So he will still fight out here for it. Looking for his second base of the game. He's 1 for 1 today. And now Hugh Barnes on the mound on the right. He gets his call. 3-2 pitch comes. Inhofer, a hard hit ball. Bounces off the ground past the third baseman into left field. He has gone 2 for 2 today. That's his second single. And that's a leadoff single here in the fifth inning for Post 22. And we go back to the top of the order. It's Aiden Roberts up next.
Inhofer brings up third baseman number 10, Aiden Roberts.
That one bouncing right out in front of the third baseman and Noah McFarland. Right in the dirt. Kind of a last-second bounce, too, right up and over the glove. So Aiden Roberts today, a walk and a flyout. Barnes, the first pitch that he will offer here as Roberts is going to place this bunt. It's just up in the air and goes for a foul ball on the left field side. So an 0-1 count to start off here, the third at-bat of the game for Aiden Roberts. He had 5 at-bats in the first game of the doubleheader. And the 12-2 victory. 0-1 following the foul bunt. Third baseman and McFarland playing in tight. Inhofer on first. Here goes another one, but this one was taken outside. The throw over to first. Makes the catch. The tag just wasn't on there. So Inhofer is going to come in safe. So it's a 1-1 count here for Aiden Roberts, the third baseman. Hugh Barnes. Excuse me. On the mound here. Looks behind the runner on first. Inhofer trying to get a little bit of a lead here. They're going to go that direction. Mans makes the catch. Didn't get the tag there on Inhofer. He was a little bit in too fast there to get tagged. So it's 1-1 here for Roberts. Top of the fifth, 2-2 still the score. 3 hits now for the Hardhats, and this pitch is going to be in for a strike. Inhofer taking off. He's in safe. So they get a runner at second. Inhofer will take that one.
Go get him, Hugh.
For a second stolen base of the game. Excuse me, I'm going to take a quick drink of water. So 1-2 count. Inhofer on second now. Here for Aiden Roberts on the first. Pitch comes. That's going to hit him in the arm. So that's a hit by pitch. He had 2 in the last game. And that's our first that we will see here in this game. So that puts runners on 1 and 2. With no outs, here comes Kiefer up. You know, to pop up to the third baseman and a fly out into left field. Hardhats were in a similar situation here when they had their 2 runs scored up in the last inning. The bases loaded here. If Kiefer could get on base, then pull up Reeder with no outs still. Hardhats could have a good chance to put up some more runs here in this fifth. Barnes another look back to the runner on second, whereas Inhofer taking steps closer and closer to third as Kiefer, who wanted to place this bunt, it's going to be for ball one. So Barnes, who will get the ball back from his catcher and Hilly. Mann's the first baseman who is off the bag, playing in close in the grass there. Kiefer, who went to show for that bunt. Third baseman McFarland coming in closer. Shortstop gets in front of Inhofer, the runner, as this next pitch is going to be in down low for ball two, as both Mans and McFarland were coming in closer while that pitch was going.
Go, Hugh. Go at him.
So 2-0 count here for Kiefer, the center fielder. Still trying to find for his first base hit here in game two of the doubleheader. He had 3 hits. He went 3 for 5 in the last game. 2-0 count. Here comes the pitch. This one was up and in close. He gets away, and both runners take off to second and third. So 3 balls and no strikes here, with first base open, no outs in the 5th inning in a tied 2-2 game. That one was coming up in close there to Kiefer. He decided to take that step back. Didn't want to take that one up close and high. Hugh Barnes here on the mound. Gets his call. Here comes his next pitch. This one is outside, ball 4. So that's a 4-pitch walk here. And Lars Kiefer now will put the bases loaded. And here comes a very dangerous man here to be at the plate. It's Wyatt Reeder. We'll have a mound visit first, though, here for Sioux Falls. With no outs, Reeder today, a ground out and a walk. Reeder also having a run. He was the second run of the game, first run of the game, and then was McLeod as the second. So it'll be Inhofer on third, Roberts on second, and Kiefer on first. Those are the 3 base runners for the Hardhats. So the mound visit has come to an end here for Sioux Falls.
Now batting first baseman number 18, Wyatt Reeder.
So Reeder in a good situation here with no outs, with bases loaded. And both of the first and third basemen playing in close into the grass. Waiting here. So all those base runners get their lead off. Barnes here. First pitch to Wyatt Reeder. Here's the windup. Pitch will come. Reeder takes a swing. This is a high fly ball into right field. This one is going back towards the wall. This one has the length. It's the wall, almost to the foul pole. Here comes 1 run to score. Roberts rounding. He sends Kiefer. He's sending almost the full house. There's 2. The throw is in. No, Kiefer's in safe. That is a 3 RBI double for Wyatt Reeder in post 22. It is now up 5-2. First pitch he sees. And that one was crazy. So Inhofer, Roberts, and Kiefer all coming in to score. That was a hard hit ball on the right field, going all the distance, hitting the back of the wall there on that right side, almost hitting the foul pole. So with no outs, Reeder on second. Here is Kane the Cloud. A ground out and a walk today. First pitch Barnes will give to him. This is going to be bunt placed right back to Barnes. He's going to pick it up, throws over to first. It's going to go behind him. That's going to be an error, and Reeder will come on in to score. Makes this a 6-2 game. McLeod is rounding second. He's going to come into third, and the throw is going to be right there to third. So that's going to be all the way around there. So Reeder comes in to make his second run of the game. McLeod reaches to third off of an error. First one here of either team in this game. Here comes Jace Morgan. A strikeout and a bunt single for him today. Still no outs here in the top of the 5th. Hardhats putting up 4 runs here to make it a 6-2 lead. This is a hard hit ground ball. Boston Bryant makes the throw. Split plays. Safe. Jace Morgan gets an RBI single, and now it's 7-2. Hardhats, first pitch that he sees. That pulls in Kane McLeod in from third. And now 2 for 3 on the day is Morgan. with an RBI single. And that was Bryant, the shortstop, who went to go pick it up to throw it to first. Mans made the catch. Morgan just had the speed to beat it out. So we will see a pitching change here for Sioux Falls West as Hugh Barnes, who allowed 6 runs on 5 hits in 5 innings played. So we will see who the next pitcher is. It's going to be number 10, Jackson Dunn. So there will be a runner on first there in Jace Morgan. And this West defense still trying to find their first out here in the inning. And Dunn in the last game, he played third base. He had a fly out, a line drive, and a fielder's choice. That was how he did at third base in the last game. This is his first pitching appearance in this game, in this series between Post 22. So the next hitter will be Carter Johnson, who has a strikeout and a sacrifice fly today. Both him and Jackson Reeder having the 2 sacrifice flies. Those were hit to bring in the first 2 runs that were scored in the last inning, and then Sioux Falls matched it to make it a 2-2 game. Now the Hardhats putting up 4 runs here in the top of the 5th to have a 7-2 lead here in this game over Sioux Falls. So, new pitcher, it's Dunn. We'll still see a right-handed pitcher. Morgan, who got that RBI single, which brought in King McLeod to make this a 7-2 game. And Dunn, his first pitch here as Johnson's going to place this bunt. It's right back down to him, makes the throw to first. So that's just going to be a sacrifice bunt there. And that's the first out here in this inning. Moves Morgan across over to second.
Second bunt for out number 1 brings up second baseman number 11, Jackson Reeder.
Johnson now having a sacrifice fly and a sacrifice bunt. Here comes Jackson Reeder, a fly out and a sac fly today. So Hilly and Dunn have a quick chat there. We'll see if Reeder is going to place his bunt as well. Mann's playing close in there on first base. Jackson Reeder having 3 base hits in the first game. Here comes his first pitch. He sees, takes the swing. This is a hard hit ball into right center, and the center fielder makes the catch there. Here comes Morgan tagging up from second. The throw is going to be caught, but he pulls him off the bag. So that is going to be the second out here in the inning on the fly out from Reeder. So here comes Josh Eller, the catcher, with 2 flyouts this game. Comes in with Morgan on third. And now Dunn, his first pitch, the righty, as Eller wanted to go for a bunt here first. This one's going to drop in down low for ball 1. So the 1-0 start. We'll see if Declan Mickley will return as the pitcher for Post 22 in the bottom of the 5th, or will they go to their bullpen? We saw Skyler Montgomery making his warm-up, and this next pitch is going to be in for a strike here. So it's going to be a 1-1 count. Now it was just going a little bit on the outside strike zone. Dunn getting set on in. Morgan taking his little lead off the third. Pitch comes, swung on and missed for strike 2 here for Josh Elder. So he's now facing off with a 1-2 count on that previous swing and miss. So here is the 1-2 with 2 away. Dunn the pitch. Eller swings and misses for strike 3. And that will do it here for the top of the 5th inning. Post 22 putting up 4 runs in that inning to give themselves a 7-2 lead. So they retake back that lead. Eller on the strikeout. That's Dunn, his first of the game here, as he came in there in that 5th inning in relief for Hugh Barnes. And and one error that was
7-2. I don't know. I don't think they got the last one.
McLeod, who reached all the way to third. So we will still see Declan Mickley. He still has a chance here to continue his strikeout pattern, the 1-2-1-2-1 in the 5th inning here. So the leadoff hitters for Sioux Falls, it's going to be...
You got 7-2 as well, right? 7-2.
7-2.
You got 7-2 with the score.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're just scoring. That's what I had too. So just making sure.
So Mickley will get the warm-up throws.
Because there's 3 on. The guy doubled, so that's what 3.
Leadoff hitter here for Sioux Falls is going to be Noah Manns, Noah McFarland, and Kyler Boyd. It's going to be their 7, 8, and 9 hitters. And then Mickley now making his 5th inning appearance. We saw Hugh Barnes also make a start in the 5th inning. Then he was pulled in for Jackson Dunn, to come in. So the final one more warm-up pitch here for Mickley. So it'll be McFarland, Boyd, Bryant. Those are the 3 due up, as Manns, who was the strikeout to finish out the 4th inning. Got those 2 mixed up a little bit. So it'll be one more pitch here for this warm-up. We do see Skylar Montgomery. Actually, it is a lefty. So it could be Broden Sales in the bullpen getting warmed up for post 22. In case if they need someone to come in. So here comes Noah McFarland. He has a strikeout on his 1 and only at-bat so far here in this game. Bottom of the 5th inning, that top of the 5th, Pulse 22 scoring 4. In the last inning, Hardhats were up 2-1 entering the bottom of the 4th, and then Sioux Falls West adding 2 to make it a tie game. First pitch here, McFarland sees, he takes a swing onto it. This is a foul ball up and out of play. So an 0-1 start. Mickley back to the mound here. Getting set on in. Hands up high. Brings it back down low. Here comes the pitch to McFarland. This one is going to be on that outside for ball 1. So 1-1 count. Only 1 hit today for Sioux Falls. That was the RBI double from Mason Payne, which brought in Beckett Whitlock. The 1-1, Mickley swung on a miss for strike 2. So 1-2 here for Mickley. He's got 6 total strikeouts on the game. We saw 6 strikeouts in game 1 for McCoy Rippentrop. Mickley, the 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. This is a ground ball right back to Mickley. Picks it up. He's going to throw it over to first. Reeder gets the snag. And that is going to be the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. On the ground out right back to Mickley.
Second baseman, number 2, Kyler Boyd.
Here's Kyler Boyd. Going to fly out to center field for the West second baseman. So Mickley getting final adjustments here before throwing his first pitch here, just the second batter in this inning. Here comes the first pitch. This is swung on. This is a foul ball. Hits the top of it. And drops right back down into the spectator's view. So an 0-1 count on that foul ball here. Both McFarland and Boyd starting off 0-1 on both foul balls. Mickley hands up high. Takes his turn. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. This one is high for ball 1. So the 1-1 count with 1 away. Mickley getting set on in. That last pitch for a ball, the first one on the foul. Here comes this next one. Swung on it, got a piece of it. Sneaks on past behind Elder. Might have got a little clip off of his helmet. As one of the pieces of his equipment ricocheted off. So 1-2 as Eller is going to move this foul ball here out of the way. So it's a 1-2 count, and on deck for Sioux Falls West is Boston Bryant. So 1-2 here for Kyler Boyd, the 9th batter in the lineup for West. Mickley, 1-2, hands one over. This is swung on a miss, strike 3. And that is the 7th strikeout of the game. That pattern continues, the 1-2, 1-2, 1 here for Declan Mickley. And that's the second out here, 2-way.
Now batting shortstop, number 20, Boston Bryant.
Here comes Boston Bryant. 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a ground out, which was scooped and picked up from Dawson and Hofer. And that great throw across over to Wyatt Reeder, who made a split save to get him out. First pitch here from Declan Mickley to the shortstop, as this one is going to drop, hits out of the glove, and then ricochets out for ball 1 here off of Elder. So 1-0. Bryant getting set on in here. Lefty versus lefty matchup. Him and Nordstrom, the first 2 batters. Getting his call. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. This is swung on, a late swing there. And it's going to be for a foul ball. Hits the netting and drops right back down, so a 1-1 count. Usually the first 2 batters we saw them start off with their first pitch be for a foul ball. As Bryant is the opposite, starts off with the ball and then follows with a foul ball. So 1-1 count here. Mickley takes the step off the mound. Pitch comes. This one up high for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mickley looks down the middle. Getting his call. Here comes the pitch. This one is in for a strike 2. This one on that outside corner. It will count for strike 2. So 2-2 with 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th, and a 7-2 lead for the Hardhats over Sioux Falls West. Here is Mickley on the mound. Here with his windup, pitch comes, swung on a ground ball. Wyatt Reeder gets by him. Jackson Reeder the sliding play, and it's also going to get by him. So that's going to be a single for Boston Bryant on his 3rd at-bat of the game. And that is the 2nd hit of the game for Sioux Falls.
Number 25, Jackson Nordstrom.
So here comes Jackson Nordstrom, the right fielder, 0 for 2 today, a ground out and a strikeout. Another lefty hitter, that one just on that dive attempt there on first base from Wyatt Reeder. Snuck by him and Jackson Reeder, who was behind him a little. It was a hard hit ground ball with a lot of speed. So first pitch here for Mickley. This one is going to be swung on a foul ball. Hits the netting and again drops down in right in front of the Sioux Falls dugout. So the 0-1 start. Here is Mickley getting settled on in here for his next pitch. Runner on first. Here it comes. This one is up and high for ball 1. So the 1-1 count. Mickley. Let's see what Josh Elder is going to tell him here. And the pickoff attempt there to first as Bryant is in safe. One. This is going to be a soft ground ball picked up by Mickley. Underhand throws it to Reeder on first, and that's the 3rd out there. So that will do it for the 5th inning. We go to the 6th, post 22, making an impact there in the top of the 5th, making this game a 7-2. So we'll take a short break here, and we will get ready to start here for the 6th inning, and the Hardhats will lead off. So there was a foul ball counted. So this is going to pull Nordstrom back in here with a 1-2 count. After the decision was made, Hardhats were all the way back towards their dugout, and now they come right back out here. Mickley looks back to the runner on first. Here comes the pitch to Nordstrom. And it is going to be in, catches him looking. And that will be for the third out. So we go to the top of the sixth. So Mickley, who will get his second strikeout there of the inning. Nordstrom his second strikeout of the game. So we'll take a short break here on Hardhats TV, and we'll be back when the Hardhats lead off in the sixth inning. All right, we're back and ready to go here to start the top of the sixth inning. Dawson Inhofer, who's going to be leading off here. He is 2 for 2 today with a bunt single and a single. So he's getting ready after the fifth inning. The Hardhats putting up 5 runs to get that 7-2 lead. Jackson done the first pitch here as Inhofer will take a swing on this one. He's going to get a piece of it for a foul ball here for an 0-1 start. And then Aiden Roberts, the man on deck after Inhofer's at bat, and then Kiefer, who will be the third batter due up. 0-1 pitch here, done. Gives one off. This is going to drop in down low, so 1-1 count here. In the last game, Hardhats finished it in 6 innings, 12-13-2. 1-1 pitch, done. This one is up and close, but it's going to be up high at the strike zone for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Dunn shakes off the first one. He likes the second. Here comes his next one. This one's going to drop. It dropped too low. This one down in the dirt for ball 3. So leadoff hitter here in Dawson Inhofer. Now facing a 3-1 count. Dunn's pitch drops in for the strike here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count to lead off this inning. We'll see if Inhofer will take the swing here for the walk if this pitch is right. Dunn delivers. Inside, got a piece of it. Stays alive on the 3-2 following the foul ball. So Roberts goes and gets that foul ball out of the way. Dunn the 3-2. Pitch comes. This one up and high, ball 4. So all 3 times that Inhofer has been on base, or at bat, he has got on base with now 2 singles and now a walk here today. So here comes Aiden Roberts. A walk, a fly out, and a hit by pitch. We've only seen one pitch, hit by pitch. In this game, we saw 6 total in the last game. So with Inhofer on first, the leadoff man. First pitch here facing off with Roberts. This one is going to come up and high for ball 1. Another stare down there for Haley to the runner on first and Inhofer. Dunn getting settled on in, gives a nod to his catcher, the look back to the runner on first. Pitch comes. Roberts gets a piece of it, a foul ball. This one back towards the netting and the backstop. Lars Kiefer, who is on deck now, he goes and gets that foul ball out of the way. So 1-1. Dunn Shakes off the first pitch and likes the second. He's done that a few times. Inhofer taking off to second. It's going to hit him right in the head. So the ball that is thrown by Hilly is going to just hit Inhofer right in the head on the way there. Wasn't intentional. And then Inhofer also getting a little piece there of the second baseman. So Inhofer adding another stolen base. As Sioux Falls will check up here on their players. Looks like it was Boston Bryant who was running towards second base. He appears to be a little shaken up. Still will be Roberts here on a 2-1 count. So Bryant, who is okay here. So the 2-1 count here, following that stolen base from Dawson Inhofer. He's on second now. Done the next pitch here to Roberts. A high pop-up. This one into center field, but this one is going to be Bryant. The second baseman makes the catch there for the first out here in this 6th inning. So that's one away. And that sends Roberts on the pop-up.
Yep.
So Kiefer, after Roberts retires for the first out, going to pop up to third, a fly out to left field, and a walk on his last at-bat. Jackson Dunn, the righty, looks back to Inhofer on second. Here comes the pitch. This one is swung on, a foul ball here by Kiefer. He makes contact with the first one. So 0-1 start. New ball given here by Dunn. Kiefer takes a step here outside the box. Dunn the 0-1. Waiting, standing still. Gets his next one here. Looks back to the runner on second. Pitch comes. This one is going to be outside and down low. 4-1. So 1-1 count for the center fielder, Lars Kiefer. This will be his 4th at-bat of this game, with Wyatt Reeder on deck. And Reeder, who has done a lot of damage, especially on his last at-bat, had a 3 RBI double. Next pitch comes in. This one high and near the elbow. That's going to be in for ball 2. So 2-1 count. And now Dunn, that one was a little bit up high, getting close to the elbow of Kiefer. This next pitch, this one will travel outside, ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Inhofer on second, top of the 6th. Hardhats up 7-2. In the second game of the doubleheader, taking on Sioux Falls East tomorrow at 11 and 1:30 Central Time. Next pitch comes in. This one is going to be down low. That will be ball 4 to Lars Kiefer, and he is going to get walked. So he's on over to first base. That's back-to-back at-bats that he has been walked. So here comes Wyatt Reeder. Ground out, a walk, and a 3 RBI double. That's what he has been able to do today with 1 away. Runners on 1 and 2, Inhofer and Kiefer. Here comes the lefty batter. First lefty hitter for the Hardhats here in the 6th. Dunn. Pitch comes. This one is going to come outside of the top left for ball 1. So a 1-0 start. Back in the box he goes. Waiting for his next call here. He'll get it. Pitch comes. Reeder takes a swing. This is a ground ball right to Bryant, the second base, with a scoop, and it throws over to second, so that's just going to be a fielder's choice. So that's going to put runners on the corners and 2 outs here. So Kiefer, who is out there, with Bryant, the second base, on the underhand scoop, with Boyd covering the base. So here's Kane McLeod. A ground out, a walk. He got on base following an error, the only one today so far for West. And he also has 2 runs today. So Dunn looks back to both base runners, 1 behind him and 1 on third. Pitch comes in. This is going to be up high for ball 1. So it's a 1-0 start off. Seeing what he's got ready here next. Mann's playing on first base with Reeder taking his lean. Here comes this next pitch up high. Reeder taking off to second. No throw attempt is made. So he will take off and take second. So runners on second and third with 2 away. A 2-0 count here for the DH and Kane McLeod. Dunn the pitch. This one will drop in time here for a strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 away. 5 hits total for the Hardhats this evening with 2 for Sioux Falls. Dunn. Both base runners out in front of him. Here comes this next pitch. Swung and missed by McLeod for strike 2. So it's 2-2 with 2 away in the top of the 6th. Here for the Hardhats offense. Dunn with the call. Pitch comes. Swung on. A high pop-up foul ball. 2-2 count now. New ball given here for Dunn after McLeod pops this one up and out of play. Gets his call. Looks to the runner on third there. And the runner, this is going to be in. Catches him looking. So that will do it for the top of the 6th. Kane McLeod, who gets caught looking. 2 strikeouts in the game there for Jackson Dunn. So we go to the 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th inning. Hardhats still holding on to that 7-2 lead. We will see if there will be a new pitcher, and there will be. It's going to be number 28, Broden Sales. So he is going to come in for Declan Mickley. They're going to continue with the lefties. He only pitched 1 inning in the Gopher Classic. Walked 2 batters for Broden Sales this season. 27 innings pitched. He has a 2-1 record. 28 strikeouts to 48 batters walked. 5.185 ERA and a 2.593 WHIP for Broden Sales. So they will let him get warmed up. The leadoff hitters for Sioux Falls West are going to be Beckett Whitlock, followed by Jack Hilly and Mason Payne. Those are the 3 due up for Sioux Falls here in the bottom of the 6th. This could be interesting here for Post 22. Got to hold on here to this 7-2 lead. Got to keep the foot here on the pedal. So they'll let him warm up. Infield and outfield both getting their arms as warmed up as they can. As these 4 games, the 2 against West and 2 against East, are the final regular season games of the season for Post 22, as they'll have the state regions July 23rd and 24th at home. We don't know who we will play yet, and then the state tournament July 29th through August 1st. So a new pitcher, Broden Sales, they all come to the mound to meet him. So they all break off. For Whitlock today,
Hitting off the bottom of the 6th for Post 15 West. Center fielder, number 7, Beckett Whitlock.
a pop fly caught by Morgan in the 1st inning, and then the walk on his last at-bat. So he gets settled on in. Broden Sales, his first pitch here in this game to start off the bottom of the 6th. He's been warming up for a little bit of some time. First pitch he sees here, this one is going to be caught all the way up in the air from Josh Elder for ball 1. So 1-0 start. Sales back to the mound. Glove over the face, quick setup. Pitch comes. This one is coming in close, and that's going to get a little piece there of him of the elbow. So just 2 pitches in, it's going to be hit by a pitch the first time that Sioux Falls West will get on base with that. So Hilly only having 1 at-bat in this game. He was walked and also brought in for a run. So Sales will try to shake off the hit by pitch, the runner on first now. Sales, who pitched in the championship game against Missoula in the Firecracker tournament. Sales the pickoff attempt to first. Reader the tag, but he's in safe. We also saw him be a courtesy runner in the Gopher Classic, also playing right field in one game. And the first pitch that he will offer here down low to Jack Hilly is going to be in for ball one. So the 1-0 start. No outs in the bottom of the sixth. Sioux Falls West needs 5 to make this a tie game. Sales will look back to first and back home. Here comes the pitch. This one is going to be outside in the opposite batter's box for ball 2 on the outside corner. So 2-0. Sales will look right back to first again. He's going to try to pick off attempt there on first. Reader makes the tag and safe. So Sales here, after trying to pick off the runner on first 2 times here on this at-bat, this next pitch is going to be in for ball 3. So the 3-1 pitch here. 3-0. Sales the pitch. In for a strike. The first one that he has thrown here. So he will get something a little worked up there. So with that runner on first on base, following a hit by a pitch. And this one is going to be in for strike 2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count here with a runner on first. Sales getting the look to first and home. Here comes the pitch. This one inside, catches him looking, and that is his first strikeout here of the game. That's the first out in the inning. So Hilly is gone and retired for the first out here in the inning. So here's Mason Payne, the DH, a strikeout and an RBI double today. He had the first hit for Sioux Falls. Sales the first pitch that he gives him. This is a high pop-up as Reader giving chase to it at first base, just a little out of reach. So that will just pop for a foul ball. 0-1 start. Payne hit a hard hit ball on the left field side over the head of Jace Morgan, hitting the fence, which gave it that 2-1. They were still trailing and then brought in another run to tie it to 2-2. That was back in the 4th inning. So 0-1 following the foul ball here from Payne. Sales still with the look there, the runner on first. Here comes the pitch. This is going to be in for strike 2. This one just dropped just enough in time. So no balls, 2 strikes with 1 away following the looking strikeout to Jack Hilly. Sales with the call here from Elder. Looking back and forth. Here comes the pitch. This one catches him looking. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. That's the second out here in the inning for Broden Sales. That is now his 30th strikeout of the season. Chris Logue today. A walk and a sac fly. And they still have that runner on first there with Whitlock with a leadoff hit by pitch. First one is going to be in here. It's going to be for ball 1. A little check swing. He didn't go. Sales shrugging that left arm a little bit here, getting settled on in. 1-0 the count. Another look down the middle. Whitlock on first base. Here comes the pitch. Down low, ball 2 here for Sales. 2-0 with 2 outs on deck. If they get to him is Noah Mans. Sales getting set. Has his call. Looks again at the runner on first. Here comes the pitch. In for strike 1. This one was right down the middle. No swing, no nothing here from Logue. So 2-1. Sales with his next call here from Josh Elder. Pitch comes. This one down and inside. Ball 3. So a 3-1 count. He hasn't walked a batter here in this inning. He has 2 strikeouts and just 1 hit by pitch. And with the hit by pitch, that was his 5th batter that he has hit this year. 3-1 the count. Sales looks over to the runner on first. Pitch comes. This one is going to be down the middle for strike two. So we see another full count here with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-2 the score, post 22 over post 15 West. Broden Sales, pickoff attempt. Reeder makes the catch, does a little twirl. And the tag of the runner will just still be in safe. So 3-2 count, still at it. Here for Logue as Sales back to the mound, makes his way. Logue playing in left field for Sioux Falls in this game 2 of the doubleheader. Sales the pitch, Swan on, foul ball, hits the fence and comes right back down. So he will still stick with it here. 3-2 with 2 away. Fighting with everything that he has offered to him for Broden Sales. Here the lefty, it was Declan Mickley, the starting lefty pitcher for the Hardhats, and then Broden Sales who comes in here to start the 6th. Pitch comes. This one will be up high for ball 4, so that's the first walk that he has allowed here in this game. So Logue gets his 2nd walk of the game, and now this will pull in Noah Mans.
Bringing up first baseman, number 24, Noah Mans.
So Noah Mans 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. So he steps on in with runners on 1 and 2 now here for Sioux Falls West. Sales the lefty, gets a good eye on both of them. Raider off the bag on first. Here comes the first pitch. This is going to be in for a strike here. So an 0-1 start. Sales puts some under that one. Put some grease, elbow grease into that one. 0-1 count. Sales the pitch. This one coming a little down low of the liking of where Sales wanted to put that one for ball 1. So 1-1 count. Runners on 1 and 2, both taking their leads. Sales in over backing off to the runner on 2nd. Pitch comes. This one down low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 away. Sales back on the mound. Looks down the middle here for Mans. Here comes the pitch. This one is up high. Eller trying to pull that one down a little low. That's going to be for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Sales takes a little step here off of the mound, trying to recollect himself. After the batter previously he walked, that was his 49th walk allowed of the year. 3-1 count. Here to Noah Mans, and this is going to be for ball 4. So 2nd walk that he has allowed here, and that's going to put bases loaded for Sioux Falls West. And now the next hitter here is Noah McFarland. 0 for 2 today with the strikeout and a groundout.
Now batting third baseman, number 9, Noah McFarland.
So McFarland, 3rd baseman. A big moment here for Sioux Falls in this game. Bases loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. As they will only get 1 last chance in the bottom of the 7th to hit, unless if they tie this up and force extra. First pitch here from Sales. This one just coming up a little high on that top right corner for ball 1. So 1-0. Sales another look there down the middle. McFarland, the 8th batter in the lineup for Sioux Falls West. Sales, pitch comes, swung on a miss for strike 1. So evens himself after that first pitch that he threw for ball 1. And this last one, McFarland gets a swing and a miss for a strike. So 1-1. Sales another look down the middle. Bases loaded. Sales' pitch. This one is just going to drop a little bit. And they're going to check his swing, and they say he didn't go. So that's going to be for ball 2. 2-1 count here. Sales looks back to the runner on 2nd. Gets back to the mound. Down the middle, McFarland ready here for the righty hitting batter versus the lefty throwing pitcher. And the pickoff attempt. The tag in safe. So close. Wyatt Raider looking up in the sky. He couldn't believe it. Mans, who dove in, Raider, who wasn't on the bag, it was kind of a surprise attack. So 2-1 here. Sales. The pitch. Swung on. Foul ball. 2-2 count they go. Just one more strike. That's the mindset that Broden Sales has to have here. One more pitch. Bases loaded with 2 away here. A 2-2 count. Down the middle. Eller with the call. Sales. The pitch. Swung on. Foul ball. Up and over towards the Sioux Falls dugout. So they will still keep going here. McFarland trying to get a little bit of something there. Back into the batter's box here. Sales down the middle. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sales the pitch. This drop is going to come up high for ball 3. So full count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Broden Sales takes one last deep breath here before going onto the mound here. One more pitch. This could determine a lot. Sales. He delivers. This one outside, ball 4. So an RBI walk brings in 1 run to come in to score. So that's going to be an RBI walk, and we're going to see a pitching change here. Manager Kelvin Torvey out of the dugout. So 3 walks allowed on the game for Broden Sales. So we see Brody Thompson come in. We haven't seen Brody Thompson throw in a while. Last time he pitched was against Watertown. And when the rain was coming down, not great weather, he still stuck with it. So 7-3 the score now. Bases will remain loaded for Sioux Falls West. So Hardhats are going to change something up here. They had 2 lefty pitchers. Now this Brody Thompson will be their first righty. In the last game they only had 1 pitcher they went through, and that was McCoy Rippentrop, who was a righty. Thompson in the first game, who was the catcher. So he'll get his warm-up in, and the next hitter is going to be Kyler Boyd. After McFarland gets the walk, and then Whitlock, who came in for the run. That's his second time coming in to score here for Sioux Falls. So, bottom of the 6th, 2 away. Brody Thompson, the new pitcher here after Broden Sales comes in. Doesn't get the job quite done. So they all meet up in the middle, pat him on the back.
Yes.
Boyd today, a fly on center field and a strikeout. That's what he has done as the 9th batter in the lineup for Sioux Falls. Thompson, his first pitch here, the right-hander. And he releases. This one is going to be in for a strike. So this 0-1 startup. Bases loaded. Logue on third. Mans on second. McFarland on first. Thompson the windup. 0-1 pitch comes. Swung on. And that's going to be on that top right corner. So Thompson waiting here for the next call. 1-1 count. Thompson the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just 3 pitches in here to Brody Thompson after he comes in for Broden Sales in that last inning. Or in this inning. He threw 2 strikeouts. Thompson the 2-1 pitch, or 1-2 pitch. This one is down low for ball 2. This one also got a little escape the wave there from Elder behind the plate. So 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. 7-3 now the score. Brody Thompson, a deep breath on the mound. Pitch is coming. It's swung on a miss. Strike 3. So Thompson gets a strike out there to get the final out here in the 6th inning. So post 22, the last inning of play in the 7th. In this second game between Sioux Falls West here in this doubleheader on this Thursday night. And then Friday morning taking on Sioux Falls East at 11 and 1:30 Central Time. All games will be streamed here on Hardhats TV. So a little late rally there from Sioux Falls West. They're still going to roll here with Jackson Dunn on the mound. He's got 1 strikeout in the 5th and 6th inning. This is his 3rd inning pitched here. We'll start in the 7th. And the leadoff hitter for post 22 is going to be Jace Morgan, followed by Carter Johnson and then Jackson Reeder. Those are going to be the 3 due up. Morgan, who is 2 for 3 today, a strikeout, a bunt single, and an RBI walk. So Dunn will finish his warm-up here. Jace Morgan comes into the batter's box. 7th inning starting here for this second game of the doubleheader. So they get ready. Dunn here for the first pitch in the 7th. Here it comes to the left fielder and Morgan. And he's going to let this one go through. It's going to be counted for a strike. Just got enough there on that top left corner to be counted as a strike. 0-1 start. Done with the nod. Here comes his next pitch. Morgan will let this one drop in. That's going to be for ball 1. So it's a 1-1 count. Dunn with the call. Takes the step back. Pitch comes. Morgan takes a swing. This is a hard foul ball on that 3rd base line. Goes the distance, so 1-2 here for Jace Morgan. Just graduated from Rapid City Central High School. Here comes the pitch. This one is up and away. This is for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dunn, the leadoff hitter here in Jace Morgan. This one comes, takes a swing. This is a hard ground ball, and it's going to take another late bounce. And it's going to squeeze on through into center field. So that's his 3rd single of the game for Jace Morgan. And now this is Carter Johnson, a strikeout, sac fly, and a sac bunt. That's what he has done here today for Johnson on 3 at-bats. Hasn't got a base hit yet in these 2 games on a few at-bats that he has had. Dunn. First pitch to Johnson, takes a swing. This is a ground ball. Picked up by McFarland, the 3rd baseman. The throw to second, plays in the dirt. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. They get the runner out on second. And no throw attempt made there to go to first. So fielder's choice onto Johnson. So here comes Jackson Reeder. He's got 2 flyouts today and a sacrifice fly. So now with Johnson on first, he trades spots with Morgan. First pitch, this one is going to come up and away for ball 1 here on a Jackson Reeder. Dunn getting set on in. Johnson has a good lead there off of first. Johnson taking off. Pitch is going to be in for a strike. The throw is not going to be in time. Takes a bounce up high. So that's going to be a stolen base for Carter Johnson. And for him, that is his 18th of the season. So 1-1 count following that one that was taken for a strike there by Jackson Reeder. Jackson Dunn looking back to Johnson on second. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be placed as a bunt. It's going to stay fair. It's picked up. He's got the speed. That's a bunt single for Jackson Reeder and puts runners on the corners. So So he gets his first base hit here in the game. Here comes the catcher, Josh Elder. 2 flyouts and a strikeout this evening. He comes in looking for his first base hit as well. As this is Haley giving the call sign to all of his infielders. Elder steps in the box. Gets settled in. Reeder on first with Johnson on third. Dunn, they're going to try to pick off Reeder on first. He slides in safe on that. Here comes the next pitch on a bunt there. It's going to go for a foul ball here by Elder. So he's going to start off 0-1 with 1 away. And Reeder, who was already taken off to go to second there, who was on first. So he will step back in here to the batter's box, facing an 0-1 count off that bunt that just gone foul. Dunn the pitch. This one's going to hit Elder in the back. So a hit by pitch will put bases loaded here for the Hardhats. So now both teams have at least one player get a hit by pitch. Now this will pull in Dawson Inhofer. He has got on base all 3 of his at-bats, 2 singles and a walk, with only 1 out here. Jackson Dunn on the mound, the right-hander. 7-3 the score in favor of the Hardhats in the top of the 7th. This first pitch is going to go way outside for ball 1. So the 1-0 start. Back to Dunn on the mound. Looks back to the runner on second. Gives the catcher here the nod and Hilly. 1-0 pitch comes. Swan on Inhofer. This is going to sneak on through. Here's 1 run to score. That's an RBI single for Dawson Inhofer. Makes this game 8-3, and that's going to keep the bases loaded. So that's his 3rd single of the game. Brings in Carter Johnson to score. So here is Aiden Roberts making now his 5th at-bat of the game. This is his 10th at-bat in this day. Done the first pitch here. This one will drop into the strike zone for strike 1. So the 0-1 start with 1 out following the fielder's choice onto Tater Johnson. That was to get the runner out on second, and he had the single. 0-1 pitch comes. This is going to be in for strike 2, just on that outside corner. They're going to count it. And for Aiden Roberts, does not have a base hit yet in this game, too. He's got on base by hit by pitches and walks. The 0-2 takes a swing here, a foul ball. This one dribbles, fell on that third base line. So 0-2, he's still sticking with it. Done with the new ball here, following the foul from Roberts. Here comes the pitch. This one down low, into the dirt for ball 1. So a 1-2 here. He gets the ball back from Hilly as catcher. Inhofer on first. Elder on second. And with Jackson Reeder on third. The 1-2. Done. This one dropped. That's going to go up high for ball 2 here. So now it's an even 2-2 count here for the Hardhats. Third baseman, he's going to take a swing. This one stays fair, hits off the third baseman. Reeder coming to score, Elder rounding third, a tumble taken in the left field. So a 2 RBI single by Josh Elder makes this game now a 10-3 score. So he gets his first base hit of the game. And today. And now this pulls in Lars Kiefer. So Kiefer today with a pop-up, a flyout, and 2 walks. Also having 1 run. Hardhats putting up 3 here in this inning already. Done his first pitch here. Kiefer's going to take a foul ball. This has popped up. Out of play for an 0-1 start. 1. Dunn will get a new ball here. Kiefer back into the batter's box. Hits his call, turns back, looks behind to the runner on second. Here comes the pitch. Kiefer with a swing, a line drive, not caught. Inhofer has to go. And the throw to third, he's going to make the catch, and he's going to get him. So that's the second out here in the inning. Two away. Here comes Wyatt Reeder. A ground out walk, 3 RBI double, and a fielder's choice for him in this game.
I can't say it was a line drive, otherwise it makes it, I can't make the play to third, so I gotta say it's a hard ground ball or something like that, so I'm trying to find it. Yeah.
So here comes the runner taking off to third pitch. Both runners taking off into second and third with Roberts and Reeder, or Kiefer. So that was also taken for ball 1 here by Wyatt Reeder. Here's the 1-0. Dunn the pitch. Inside, a hard hit ball. This one is going back to right field. Nordstrom giving chase. This one is dropping. 1 run comes in to score. 2 runs. Reeder rounding second. He's going into third, and he is going to hold off. That's a 2 RBI triple for Wyatt Reeder. It makes this game now 12-3 here for the Hardhats. And he pulls in Kiefer and Roberts and brings in a huge run. That's the 9th hit of this game for the Post 22 Hardhats. So here comes Kay McLeod. A lineup from Dunn. Pitch comes. This one is going to go up and high for ball 1 to start off. Reeder, who on his second pitch took the swing, a nice hard hit ball over into right field. Dunn on his second here. McLeod a hit. This one's going to go foul on the left side, so evens itself to a 1-1. Jackson Dunn back on the mound. Takes the step back. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to go outside for ball 2. Ball's given back there from Jack Hilly. Reeder on third. He's the only base runner for the Hardhats. Dunn the windup. Pitch comes. A hard hit ball. This is just going to go for a foul ball 2 again there on the third base line. So 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Hardhats putting up 5 runs in this inning to give them a 12-3 lead. It was at one point a 2-2 game in the 4th inning. We were scoreless until the 4th. And here comes Dunn the pitch. This is Swan, popped up high. This one into left field. They're giving chase. This one is just going to drop right on front for a foul ball. So McLeod will have to come back and do it again here for a 2-2 count. The left fielder and Chris Logue. He was right under it. It was right about his head. So 2-2 following the foul ball here from Kay McLeod. Back in the box here for the Hardhats DH with Reeder on third. Down the step back. The pitch comes. Swan on a ground ball up the middle. This is scooped up. Here comes the throw over to first. And he juggled this one around. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Hardhats up 12-3. You'll see it, Brody Thompson. And he will be the pitcher here for the bottom of the 7th. So we'll take one final short break here on Hardhats TV. And we'll be back for the bottom of the 7th here in Game 2 of the doubleheader between Sioux Falls West. right, ready to go for the bottom of the 7th. Brody Thompson is going to do the honors of closing this one out. Leadoff hitter is Boston Bryant. He is 1 for 3 today, a strikeout, ground out, and a single. Thompson, who came in the last inning in relief for Broden Sales, who threw 2 strikeouts, and then Thompson, who faced 1 batter and got the job done, striking out Kyler Boyd. So the Hardhats up 12-3. They scored 12 runs in this game and the last game in Game 1. That's 24 total runs here in just one day alone. So Thompson getting set on in. So does Bryant here into the left-handed batter's box. A righty versus lefty. Thompson, the first pitch that he will offer. This is going to get swung on. This is going to be a pop-up. Roberts giving chase at third baseman. Makes the dive catch. It's just not going to get caught. So that's just going to go for a foul ball. He took a tumble there. Both him and Morgan giving chase, and they both lost their hard hats while running. So 0-1 to start off here with Bryant. The ball is given back here to Brody Thompson on the mound. Practice swing here for Bryant outside the box. Re-enters. 0-1 count. Moving some dirt on the mound there as Thompson. Here comes his 0-1 pitch. This is swung on and missed for strike 2. So the first batter he sees, 2 pitches in with 2 strikes. First one being for a foul ball. This last one a swing and a miss. Thompson getting his windup. The 0-2. Here comes swung on a miss. Strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout gets his 2nd of the game. And that's 2 more to go here. Sends Bryant away. Now here comes Jackson Nordstrom.
Caden Voss in number 8.
Perfect.
8.
So a new hitter for Sioux Falls West is Caden Voss, making his first at-bat here of the game. And now Thompson here. His first pitch swung on a missed. First strike 1. So an 0-1 start. 3 pitches in on the last at-bat for 3 strikes. He's got 4 pitches in now for 4 strikes. Thompson giving the nod here to Elder. Here's the 0-1. This one is up and high. That one for ball 1. So it's a 1-1 count here with 1 away. Thompson takes the step back. The pitch comes. This one down low, taking a bounce there off of the dirt into the chest pad of Josh Elder for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike here with 1 out. Thompson getting ready on the mound. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Voss. This one coming in close for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike with 1 away. Just the second batter here in the bottom of the 7th. Thompson with the next pitch. Here it comes. This one is down low for ball 4. So he will walk Voss on his first at-bat of the game. So here comes Whitlock. A light of left field, a walk and a hit by pitch. So with a runner on first, a double play could be in the hands here. We have not seen a double play happen today by either team. Thompson, the first pitch here. This one is going outside into the top left for ball 1. So the 1-0 start for Whitlock, the center fielder, batting 3rd in the lineup for Sioux Falls West. Thompson will look over to the runner on first. Gets his call, pitches in. This one, same. That one on the outside corner, taken there for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes with 1 out. Thompson looks back behind the runner on first. It's his call. 2-0 is in. Outside, this one's going to get away. And the runner will take on off to second after the wild pitch from Thompson. So that's ball 3. As he walked Voss, who now is on second. This is Whitlock facing a 3-0 count. He's been walked 1 time here today. So they'll look down the middle. Settles in on in here, ready for his next pitch. Back to the runner on second. Here is the 3-0. This is now 4-0. So that will be back-to-back walks here. Allowed from Brody Thompson. Coach Kindred is going to have a mound visit with him. So we will now see number 5, Jack Hilly. He'll be the next batter. So Kindred will just talk this one out here with runners on first and second with one out. Thompson, his first batter that he faced in this game, he struck out and then walked the last 2 batters. So he will be facing off with his 4th batter of this inning. So the mound visit coming to an end here. Post 22.
Now batting catcher number 5, Jack Hilly.
Post 22 up 12-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Runners on 1 and 2 with 1 away. Here is Jack Hilly, a walk and a strikeout for him here in this evening, making his 3rd at-bat of the game. So runners on first and second will take their lead. Here's Brody Thompson following the mound visit. And over backs off to the runner on second. The first one is going to hit him off the hand. So hit by pitch will put bases loaded. So not the response after the mound visit that Coach Kindred wanted.
Hilly hit by pitch, bringing up designated hitter number 40, Mason Payne.
So here is Mason Payne. 2 strikeouts today and an RBI double. With bases loaded now here for Sioux Falls with only 1 away. Brody Thompson takes a little stretch here before stepping back here onto the mound. Payne, the DH, up to bat here. Thompson, the first one that he is going to offer. This one is in down low near the shins. This is going to be in for ball 1. So the 1-0 start. Thompson, at the start of this, he had four pitches in. He had 4 strikes. And the next one here, this one coming in close, ball 2, almost clipping the hand there. So 2 balls, no strikes. Another quick start up here. Bases loaded after 2 batters are walked and 1 hitter was hit. Next one, this is in down the middle for a strike. So that long ball streak comes to an end for Brody Thompson after he throws a strike there down the middle. So 2-1 the count with 1 away. Thompson takes the step back. Here comes his next pitch. This is Swanna. Got a piece of it, but it's going to be for a foul ball. So it's a 2-2 count here with 1 out. Bases loaded. Here in Payne, the DH. Thompson will get a new ball here following that foul tip. Thompson, here with the lineup, takes the step back. The 2-2 pitch, up high, ball 3. So full count for Payne and Brody Thompson. Thompson having 2 strikeouts in this game. Here's the 3-2. Thompson delivers. Swan on a miss. Strike 3. And now that's the 2nd out here in this inning. It's the 3rd total strikeout of the game for Brody Thompson. So there is now 1 more out. And this game is over. Here's the next hitter in Chris Logue.
Now batting left fielder number 23, Chris Logue.
2 walks and a sac fly today. Bases remain loaded. Thompson, the first pitch here. Swung on a miss for strike 1. So an 0-1 start, 2 more strikes, and 1 more out here. And they are done with Sioux Falls West. Here comes Thompson's next pitch on the top left corner, taken for ball 1. So it's a 1-1 count with 2 away. On deck if they get to him is Noah Manns. All base runners here with a little lead, the 1-1. Thompson hands one over. This one is going to be in close for ball 2 as Eller gets his glove over there just in time to get a hold of it. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Back to the batter's box comes Logue. Thompson takes a step back. The right-hander delivers. Top left corner, ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Bases loaded with Chris Logue, the left fielder, here at bat. Thompson giving the nod here to Elder. Takes the step back. Pitch comes. This one up high, ball 4. So an RBI walk pulls in another runner. It's now 12-4. And now here comes Noah Manns up to the plate. So we have another pitcher for post 22, Brody Thompson. He is going to move out to right field, and Carter Johnson will come in. So they're going to rely on Tater to get the final out here, as they did with Thompson in the 6th inning with Broden Sales, and he got it done. It'll still be bases loaded. And for Johnson, 21.1 innings pitched this season, a 3-1 record, 20 strikeouts to 13 batters walked, a 2.953 ERA, and a 1.5 whip, and with 2 hit by pitches on the season.
Now pitching for post 22, number 23, Carter Johnson.
Johnson, who also got the win the last time he pitched, which was the last game in the pool play. As that was against Bellevue East after the Hardhats went through the carousel of pitching. So Johnson comes in after Thompson is done. Bases will remain loaded. Here is Noah Manns, the first baseman. 2 strikeouts today and 1 batter's walk and 1 walk.
Now batting first baseman, number 24, Noah Manns.
So Johnson with Thompson out in right field. So here comes the first pitch, the glove over the head. Here comes the first one. This one is not going to drop into the strike zone. This first one is going to be up and high for the 1-0 start. Johnson giving the nod. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Inside, high pop-up. This one is into Aiden Roberts, the third baseman. Makes the catch, and that will be the final score. The post 22 Hardhats in a long, hard-fought game. They will get the 12-4 final, and they will sweep Sioux Falls West. So tomorrow they will play Sioux Falls East at 11 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. Central Time. So that's going to do it here on Hardhats TV, folks. Glad you joined in here. This is Wyatt Simmons signing off.